Hey, what's up guys? It's Lego Hobo 910 here with another Lego video. And in this video, I'm going to be reviewing set number 6010-9, the Fireboat. And this review is going to be a little different because today I'm doing it with my little 4-year-old brother.
Hi.
This is actually his set, and he used some of his birthday money to get it. And so we're going to get right into the review. But before we do that, I'm just going to say overall this is a pretty cool set. And I think it's really neat. So we're starting with the smallest part of the set like usual. And can you tell us what you think? Do you think it's good or what do you think of it?
Good.
So he thinks it's good. And what's your favorite part about it? What do you really like?
The flames.
Okay, his favorite part is the flames. And as you can see, they're just a transparent orange stud with a hole in it on a transparent orange radar dish with just these flame pieces. And you can just set these around wherever you want, like there. Or it's nice to put it up there because it kind of sticks on there better than in other places. And it's also meant to like set right there, except kind of hard to balance it there. I find it really nice to like put it here and like have the storyline that the lamp falls, crashes, and sets the whole place on fire. And so Levi, do you think the dock's good? And what do you think? Do you think they could have done anything to make it better?
The lighthouse is good because it looks good.
Yeah, and this lighthouse, you can't actually go inside it. It's just a few of those circular pieces, those like 4x4 circle pieces with like the hole in the center for technic purposes, and then also some of these taller ones that are like 4 or 5 blocks tall. I'm not exactly sure how many. And Levi, what's your favorite part in the fishing shack? What do you think looks the coolest?
The window.
He really likes the window, and as you can see, this is kind of like rock formations, and the way they did the rocks just looks really cool. Except once you get closer, you can kind of see that it doesn't exactly match up, leaving these weird holes, plus it's not very stable there. And on the outside, I love the way they did the shingling for the little fishing hut because they just used green tiles and a bunch of like pieces with studs on the side, and they also attached like a little lifesaver there and just the lamp there on the jumper plate, which I think they should have done the jumper plate in green to match. And also just a really big sticker on the top to give it a mossy shingle look. And as you can see, sometimes the lighthouse does fall over because it's not the most stable thing. Or maybe we just didn't attach it very well because we're not smart. But then when you look at the back, there's the window, and inside there's just a little bottle and a cup. And then like a sticker of him holding a baby shark that he caught. But then this green door. I'm just going to actually take this off so that you can see it better. This green door with the handle. And on the other side it doesn't have a handle. Levi, do you like the handle? Or do you think it looks kind of weird? What do you think?
I like it.
Okay, so overall from Levi we have a positive review of it. And I'm just going to put this back on here. And we're going to get to an even smaller part of the set.
It's a little boat, but I like it because it's a rusty boat.
Yeah, it's like a little inflatable boat and it has these handles on it. So you can actually have 4 people hold on to it with then this little motor on the back just controlled by a handle and a little light on the front. So, Levi, what do you think of the molding? Do you think they should have done it differently, or do you think they did it just perfectly?
They did it just perfectly.
So do you have anything else you want to tell them about it?
Like, I like it because it's so good.
So, this part is really good too. And also, some stickers on each side there, just to label it. But yeah, overall, that's a good little rescue boat.
It's the main part of the set, but it's a fireboat, a big one. But I like it because it's cool and it's good.
Do you think it's good overall and like it just all looks good and fits perfectly?
Yep.
And in case you didn't notice, this red bottom part is just all one piece, and then most of the top is one piece. Just this big square section in the back is a different piece, and I keep breaking things. And also it's kind of just hollow under there. And before I forget to say this boat and the other one, they do float. Though you might not want to put this one in the water for very long because it might affect the stickers. I'm not sure, but it possibly could. So we're just going to start with the front here. And we have some little propane tanks, some lights, and a water shooter. It's one of those water stud shooters where it's just a transparent piece with a stud shooter, and also it has some handles there that a minifig can hold on to. And overall, I think it's a good play feature, Levi. What do you think?
Good.
Do you think it's really good when you're playing with it and do you use it a lot?
Yep.
And so yeah, now we're gonna move to kind of the side here. It just has these little water cannons here that can once again be held onto by minifigs. And pretty much exactly the same over there on this side. And also these little blue lights every so often. Over here in the back we just have this little compartment that has nothing in it, but there's a variety of things that you could store there. And then also an axe and the wrench there. Over here on this side there's a radio and then the levers to control this buoy arm, which we're going to get to later. But on either side it has one of these things attached here that just holds a lifesaver, and also some 2x2 jumper plates that I don't understand why they're there. Some metal rails and a red and a green light. So Levi, do you think the back looks good?
Yep.
What's your favorite part?
The handles.
Can you say a bit louder?
The handles.
And also it has these metal bars on the back, and you can see a bit into the cabin there, which we're going to get to later. And then it has this big water shooter with this kind of water plume, and then another stud shooter. And just this big movable arm that can turn and bend up and down. So do you think it's good? This
Yep.
moving arm? Can you maybe show them how it works really well?
Actually go.
Whew, he just shot me. That wasn't very nice. He shot me with the water cannon.
That why you should not be in the way.
And so yeah, overall that's just very good. And now my favorite part, the center here. You can actually just take off the center section of the roof. We're just going to look at this in detail. It has a light bar and like a little number sticker. And also, in case you didn't notice, that's a sticker there on each side. And so was that. And so, it also has a radar dish and like some light flashy thing. And not exactly sure what this is, but it all looks very technical, mumbo jumbo and stuff. And when we look in there, there's like a radar scanner, multiple steering wheels, some gauges. And then if we turn it around, you can probably see the other one. It just has like kind of a bunch of little controls and stuff. So do you think it looks really good and has a lot of detail in there?
Yep.
What do you think about it? Can you just say what you think and what do you think about that?
Because it's good, because I like the 2 steering wheels.
Okay, so he really likes the 2 steering wheels. And then you can just put the roof back on and turn it around, and as you can see there's some binocular pieces there to kind of add detail of like horns and stuff. And this entire piece can also come off, and as you can see it's one piece, and my little brother didn't attach this very well, so it's kind of falling apart. Just gonna quickly fix that. And then on either side there's some bull horns, which could either be detail or, as the box shows and in the intro, you can just take those off and attach them. Also, I really like the slanted windows and all those windows on the side. What do you think of the windows?
Good.
And also they're blue tinted, so it just gives it a lot more of a ship effect. Then once again, the red and green lights, and I'm sorry, I just knocked another thing off. Keep doing that. And yeah, just overall very playable and like opens up the ship a bunch. But under that, there's also more. There's like this kitchen and medic area. It has a stretcher over here that you can take out, and it just has that brown wooden table on the bottom. Then also there's like a little kitchen with a medic kit laying there. And that's just like a printed tile on a bar piece. And, well, not printed, sticker. What do you think of this, Bugs, and the stretcher? Do you think it could actually help someone a Lego person who's sick?
Yep.
And what do you think of it? Do you think it's good or what? What do you think?
It's good.
Okay. And then also you can take out the kitchen piece. And that just has a little stove with a frying pan and a little red coffee mug, just kind of like there was in the fishing shack. And yeah, just overall very detailed and kind of creative to create the med kit instead of just doing a briefcase piece, which I'm going to admit it, if I was doing something like that, I probably would have just used a printed briefcase piece if I was designing it. And it just has those pillars which are built into that bottom piece. So Levi, what do you think it's good down there, and what do you think? What's your favorite part?
It's good.
What's your favorite part?
The stretcher.
The stretcher, okay. Me personally, I really like the little kitchen area. And then also, as you can see, that opens up the back and you just slide that back on there. And you can also look through that back window and kind of see in there. But it's like hardly able to see on camera, and in real life it's kind of hard. So Levi, what do you think? Do you think this is a good boat?
Yep, it's a good boat.
What's your favorite part of the boat?
The actually good sprayer back thing.
Yeah, me personally, my favorite part is just the playability of the cabin area and that water sprayer on the front. No, my camera's falling over. And so, yeah. Now on to the minifigs. We have this lighthouse caretaker or fisherman, and he's just wearing some blue overalls, and he has quite a lot of orange facial hair and just very simple prints as well as kind of a beanie. What do you think, Levi?
Good.
Can you say a little bit more? What's your favorite part, and what do you think about it?
The stars are good, but the hat for bad guys, that's good.
Yeah, it kind of does look like a robber hat. And also, he just kind of has a bit of a V-neck there. Here's the diver firefighter, and he just has a snorkel piece which can open up and reveal his face, and it's just on a standard white motorcycle helmet. He has kind of a air tank, and also he has these little flippers which I just took off because or else he couldn't stand on the platform. So what do you think, Levi?
Good.
Can you say a little bit more instead of just good?
The tank is good, but the printings on the side and back and front are good.
And now I'm just going to take off the air tank so you can see the back printing a bit better, and also so you can see the face printing. So now with all those off, you can see his face a lot better and the printing. Just very simple back printing and no back leg printing, no side printing on anything. So Levi, what do you think of him now without it on?
His face is too naked.
Yeah, his face looks kind of funny without the hair or a hat or anything. Now on to the male firefighter. Just kind of a standard firefighter face, standard firefighter helmet. Pretty standard firefighter clothes within a light vest. There's the back printing. So what do you think, Levi?
Good, but the lifety jacket thing is good.
And now we're going to take off that life jacket. That's good so that you can see the front printing. So there he is without that and just pretty standard printing. Pretty sure that's just a regular uniform except he has gloves on instead of hands. So what do you think?
Good, but that helmet...
Can you talk a little louder?
The helmet looks good, but the gloves look good too.
Now we have the female firefighter who's pretty similar, just a different face. Otherwise exactly the same. Now probably the coolest minifig in this set is the captain. As you can see, just pretty basic front printing like a generic sailor's hat. His face just pretty simple printing, but the front printing there is pretty detailed. It has a badge, a radio, a belt, a tie, even a little name badge on top of the pocket there, and then little red and white stripes there to show that he has authority, and on the back just kind of carries over, though it's kind of plain there. So what do you think?
Good, but the back printing is good.
What's your favorite part?
The actually hat.
Is there anything you don't like?
Should they make the pants actually good and printing like the other people?
Okay, so he thinks we should just add a little more printing to the pants, then it would be perfect. So overall, my thoughts are it's a great set with pretty decent minifigures, though they're kind of generic. And once again, the boats do float. Just a big one you might not want to keep underwater that long because the stickers actually do go underwater, and the small one you might not want to splash that much because else those stickers could get wet. So what do you think of the set?
The actually fire boat is awesome.
What's your favorite part?
Stickers and the light.
So what's your overall thoughts? Do you think it's good or bad or just okay or what?
Good.
Do you think it's really, really good?
Yep. Really, really good.
So can you do the outro?
Peace.